farmers had were part of a larger economic problem affecting the entire nation. In the 1800s, many farmers were trapped in a vicious economic cycle.
1890, the 7th Cavalry Custer's Old Regiment rounded up about 350 starving and freezing Sioux and took them to a camp at Wounded Knee Creek in South Dakota. The Battle of Wounded Knee brought the Indian War and an entire era to a better end.
At Purdue, we pride ourselves on the freshness of our chicken. Well, not that kind of fresh. But we go beyond what the USDA requires with extra inspections in American family-owned farms, refrigerated trucks that deliver daily, and everywhere in between. That's what it takes to bring your family a fresh-tasting chicken. We believe in a better chicken.
Economies. The farmers often built their house from the land itself. Many of them dug their homes on the side of hills. Women often worked beside the men in the field, plowing the land and planting and harvesting the many crops. Wheat, they sheared the sheep to make clothes for the children and the wife and the man of the family. The women helped the economy by applying for schools, churches, in an effort to build a stronger economy.
Back to you!
Farmer alliances. The Grange gave rise to the other organizations, such as farmers' alliances. These groups included many others who sympathized with farmers. Membership grew to more than 4 million, mostly in the South and in the West.
Now, what's your price range? 2,500, 2,500. That's gonna depend on the size pickle juice. Hey, excuse me, ma'am. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm from downtown area.
I'm good. I'm good. You look for anything in particular, or you just browsing?
Just look for something I want on it.
I got a bicycle with some pegs. I got a hoverboard. Now let me stop. I got all that. Come over here. Got the thing right here. You know what I'm saying? Got good friends. You know what I'm saying? Just push every now and then, boy. You good. So don't worry about the squeaky side. Put some little oil and butter on it. You good. Now we're just talking prices. Now it's gonna cost you about 2 J. Cole tickets.
2 J. Cole tickets.
I need to sell those. I can give me some beans. You know what I'm saying? So I can get you. So you got 2 tickets on you right now. Okay, you can pay. You can go ahead and see that. Make sure. Can you check that for me? Check that for me. Check that for me.
Welcome to the Random Show.
The Random Show. Welcome to the Random Show. Random Show.
To Jefferson, the Western expansion was the key to the nation's health. He believed that a republic depended on the independent for its survival, and that the independence was a virtue, and it went hand in hand with land ownership, especially for the ownership of small farms. The California Gold Rush was a period in American history which began on January 24th, 1848, when gold was found by James W. Marshall at Sutter's Mill in California. The Sand Creek Massacre, also known as the Chivington Massacre, the Battle at Sand Creek, or Massacre of Cheyenne Indians, was an atrocity at the American Indian Wars that occurred on November 29, 1864, when a 700-man force of Colorado Territory militia attacked and destroyed a peaceful village of Cheyenne. The first continental. Damn.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Come on, bro.
Let's stop it and start it again, bro.
Sluices. In 1848, prospectors that lived in Fairbanks, Alaska, found sluicing to be more efficient than panning since it would extract the gold from the soil. Temperature soared when prospectors went down deeper of a depth about 2,000 feet. It was 160 degrees Fahrenheit. And although the surface gold could be extracted by panning and sluicing, most gold was located in veins in underground rock.
Gold mining. Between the Civil War and the turn of the century, deposits of the precious yellow metal were discovered in scattered sites from the Black Hills of South Dakota. At the start of the gold rush, prospectors looked for easily available gold. Particles eroded from the rocks and washed downstream.
Gang. Alright, gold mining. In 1848, prospectors found that sluicing found it to be easier than panning since the gold could be extracted from the earth. And when they would go down deep in the earth, about a depth of 2,000 feet, the temperature down there would be about 160 degrees Fahrenheit. This is a random show about notebooks. You can get these college notebooks from Dollar General or Dollar Tree for about $1.99, maybe $1 less, but mainly probably 50 cents. And all these pages, about 100 sheets on each notebook, depends on how you use them, for pretty much anything to help you through school. So that's about it. Thank you.
The government in West restricts Native Americans to land. Native Americans eventually continued their own tradition and prohibited lands.
The first transcontinental railroad was almost 2,000 miles of continuous railroad line constructed between 1863 and 1969 across the western United States to connect the Pacific coast at San Francisco Bay with the existing eastern U.S. railroad network at Council Bluffs, Iowa, on the Missouri River. The four events of government.
No, it's not the government.
To Jefferson, the westward expansion was the key to the first transcontinental road.
It helps you with your line?
Yeah,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying, all types of stuff like that. But